What's going on, guys, and welcome back to a new video. And in today's video, guys, we are going to be talking about Manchester United's last game that we went and played, Fulham, away from home, guys. Anyway, guys, let's just get straight into today's video. So we made 3 changes from the last game against Liverpool, talking about the starting 11. So we started with De Gea, Wan-Bissaka, Bailey, Maguire, Shaw, Pogba, Fred, Greenwood, Fernandes, Martial and Cavani. Getting into the overall reaction now. Pogba, stunner, takes Man United back to top. Pogba fires Man United back to top with stunning winner against Fulham. That was a massive win. Thank God for that. That's a nice relief. That was tense towards the end. Ollie's at the wheel. That was a tough game, but we got the job done. My heart was in my mouth. Game management was key towards the end. We made it tough for ourselves. We had to work hard for that tonight. Still unbeaten away from home. Wow, what a win. We got the job done. Great performance. Well done, boys. That was a deserved win. Up the fucking Reds. Win done. And 3 points done. Anyway, guys, let's just get straight into today's video. What did I make of the performance? I think the performance overall was a great performance by the Manchester United players. I think you've got to look at the game overall. The game overall was a great performance by the players. Obviously 2-1, we only just edged it. Very tense towards the end of the game. I think everyone was really panicking towards the end of the game because obviously Fulham were getting a few good chances on goal. Big chances that they had as well on goal as well that they couldn't take. I thought it was a very tough game against Fulham because we know going into that game against Fulham it was always going to be tough. It was always going to be difficult. We know that Fulham, they might be in the relegation zone, but we knew that they're very competitive, they're very organised. Defensively, they play as a unit as well. So we knew that going into Fulham was going to be really difficult. It was going to be really tough for sure. We knew that it was going to be their FA Cup final as well. In these must-wins with Man United, we always win them. And that's always pleasing with Manchester United. Whenever we say it's a must-win, we turn up and we get that must-win, which is always fantastic. And it's always crucial to get those points as well because you don't want to be dropping points. And we knew that Fulham have picked up points over some good teams, the likes of Liverpool, Southampton, Tottenham, Leicester. So we knew that they picked up draws there. So we knew that we couldn't really afford to drop points. Unfortunately, we haven't dropped points against Fulham, which is nice, obviously. Overall, it was a great game of football, but it was a nice relief for Manchester United because obviously it was one of those games where we were 2-1 up, very tense towards the end. But once the ref blew his whistle, it was like, thank God for that. Thank God it's over. It was just like one of those games where close towards the end of the game, it was like a heart in the mouth situation, really. We always can never do it easy. Getting the third goal would have been a lot better for Manchester United as well. Close game against Fulham, we always knew that. It was a tight game from start to finish. We knew Fulham were going to come and play. They'll give us a game. They'll fight from minute 1 to minute 90. It was their FA Cup final. We had to treat that as an FA Cup final as well last night. We got past another test. Look where Fulham are in the table at the end of the day. We come up a great side against Fulham. Fair play to them. Unfortunately, you're not going to take points off Manchester United, and that sends us back to the top of the table as well. It was one of those games where we had to really work hard for that as well. It was so important to get the 3 points. You know, I thought the performance was great overall, and it's one of them where you've got to keep going now. Don't keep our foot off the pedal because the games come thick and fast. A game on the weekend and then game again in midweek and then another game on the weekend, so the games come thick and fast. United are always ready for these big games, whoever it is. United just need to perform, turn up to these games. That's what we're doing recently as well. We just want to keep up this good run of form and we want to keep this going now, and we don't want to drop it off, and it's just all about let's just keep this going. Tense towards the end of the game, but we got the job done. It's all about the win and the 3 points. Up the fucking Reds, top of the table once again. We are top of the league, so we are top of the league. We are top of the league, so we are top of the league. Fuck you, top of the table, let's fucking go. Anyway, guys, talking about the game now. Once the first half had kicked off, I thought it was a bit of a slow, sloppy start for Manchester United. I thought the first couple of minutes of the game, slow, sloppy a little bit. I thought we did sort of start well, but no, it was a little bit slow, sloppy, conceding an early goal as well, which is, I think Fulham wanted that early goal as well to get him out in front. But despite that, I like Fulham as a team, but unfortunately, once he scored that goal, I thought Fulham didn't really do nothing in the rest of that half. Because then, once we went 1-0 down, it's all about the reaction, it's all about the response. I thought we responded really well. The players reacted really well. When we went 1-0 down, it was like, fucking hell, 1-0 down, we're going to have to do it the hard way this time. And we definitely had to do it the hard way this time against a well-organised team like Fulham. But we knew we were going to get the chances, and we knew that we were going to get the breakthrough in the game. But yeah, I thought the first 5 minutes it was really tough. Obviously, Wan-Bissaka played on the player, and it was a goal for 1-0. It was all about the response, the reaction. I thought it was fantastic. Got on the front foot. We were aggressive. We played with high intensity, high tempo. You could see the fluidity. You could see the urgency in our play as well. You could see the intensity, the energy in the team as well. I thought we were fantastic. And then we just kept going. We knew we had belief in us. We knew we knew that the goal was coming. I think it was all about we had to keep that pressure onto Fulham. And I thought Shaw again, absolutely brilliant down that left flank. Absolutely dictated it. Shaw is in the best form of his life at the minute. So the more that Shaw keeps on playing well, he's getting back to the best. We're getting the best out of Luke Shaw now as well. I thought once we kept putting the pressure onto them, they felt it. We kept pushing left, right, and centre. We created some very good chances. Obviously, Bruno hit the post as well in the first 20 minutes, and then it was all about the reaction at the end of the day, and it was all about get a goal before half time as well. And we kept putting the pressure on left, right, and centre, and boom, great cross by Bruno. The keeper tried to save it, butterfingers, went out to Cavani. Cavani slots it in for 1-1. So, great reaction from the players. It was all about the reaction, the response. And that's what you needed as well from Manchester United. I thought that was a well drilled goal. I thought it was a fantastic reaction. Probably the best reaction I've probably seen from Manchester United after going 1-0 down. But we've seen it before, we went 2-0 down at Southampton, went 1-0 down at West Ham. We went 1-0 down. We've gone 1-0 down in a couple of fixtures this season, and we've brought it out of the bag and we've won. So, we did it. We had to do it the hard way this time, but it was all about the reaction and the response from the players. I thought it was absolutely fantastic. Second half, I thought, I don't know, would you say United had a better start? Yeah, I think we did. We did, because we were playing with a higher line. Bailey and Maguire pushed up on the halfway line. We were on the front foot. We never gave up. We had to continue what we did in the first half as well, being aggressive, quick, incisive football. We had to be bright. The movement had to be quick as well. We had to get in between the lines as well against Fulham as well. So it was always going to be a close, tense game as well against Fulham. And we were on the front foot. We had the chances there. We created some fantastic chances. We knew that the goal was coming. It was just all about be patient. The goal was coming. We had to be patient, and we put the pressure on. Fulham could feel it, and once again, bam, Pogba puts in a fantastic goal in for 2-1, and then you're probably thinking and urging to Man United to bring on some substitutions on. Ollie, he does make people worried, like me as well, and you're thinking, why is he not bringing on any substitutions on when they've made substitutions? And when they've already made substitutions, they've reacted. Because when they're 2-1 down, it's like they're hunting for the win then. They're trying to get back into the game, and they're trying to get another goal. So it was all about, for Fulham, of how they reacted after going 2-1 down as well. I thought they reacted really well, Fulham. They brought on some substitutions. You saw the energy in the play. I thought De Gea made some crucial saves at crucial times. I thought they had great chances some of them that were wasted by Fulham. I thought also, they didn't take the chances as well, Fulham, and they had a really good few big chances in that game that they didn't take, and it's like a massive relief that they didn't take those chances as well. So I think it was a nice feeling that they didn't take any of their chances. De Gea stepped up when he needed to, and it was and then once Ollie brought on the substitutions, you're thinking, why did you not bring them on? And why did you not bring them on earlier? So yeah, I thought it was fantastic. But then we eventually saw out the game. We executed the game out well. We grinded out the game. We grinded out the game well, and we were fantastic all round. And well deserved 3 points, and we deserved the win. And we're just got to keep going now, and we don't want to drop this now, and we just got to keep going, and we've got to keep doing what we're doing. and let's keep up this good run of form. Great performance last night against Fulham. We knew going into the game it was going to be tough. Fulham are a very hard-working team. We made it tough for ourselves towards the end, but I guess it's a nice relief once the final whistle was blown. Yeah, it was a nice relief. Obviously, there's been a couple of games this season where, my heart's been in my mouth, and it's gone down to the crunch of the death, and it's gone down to the last minute in the game as well. Whereas we should be killing off the game with another goal, but we had to do that the hard way though as well last night against Fulham after going 1-0 down, and then obviously getting the 2 goals as well. I thought the work rate and the work ethic was brilliant. The movement was brilliant as well from every single player as well. But we knew that coming into this game, Fulham are a very hard-working team. They're well organised defensively. So we knew it was going to be hard to break them down as well. I thought what they did on Martial was probably very intelligent by surrounding him, because they knew that he's quick with his pace as well. So it was very hard for Martial to get his ground running as well. So I think that was a tactic from Fulham to go and surround Martial and not let him get on the counter attack because of his pace really. And but we knew that Fulham are a very great side. They have picked up some good points in certain games, and but yeah, it was a very nice relief once the final whistle was blown. And once it was blown, it was like thinking, thank God for that. Thank God the game's over. We got the win, we got the 3 points. But there's been a couple of games where we've really let it go right down to the wire, and we shouldn't be in these in these positions. But it's all about grinding out the game. You're seeing out the game, and I thought we did it really well. And towards the end of the game, it's always about the game management. I thought the game management was fantastic as well towards the end of the game. And we've done it a couple of times this season, against Sheffield, Wolves, Villa, Burnley, and now Fulham. So, but once the final whistle's been blown, it's been a nice relief for us, and it's like, thank God for that. We take 3 points back up to Manchester. But we had to really work hard for that against Fulham, because we knew Fulham were a great team, great side, well organised, and we got the job done, and we move on at the end of the day. There's been a few times this season where there's only been a goal that has split the 2 sides. It happened against Sheffield, Wolves, Villa, Burnley, and now Fulham. Why do we never kill off the game with another goal? I think what it is we get that goal, and then sometimes I think it's what we get told by the coaches, and I think what they try and tell them is, I think they try and tell them to get another goal. I think that's always been the thing, where you get to 2-1, you have to go and kill off the game with another goal. But I think what it is with our coaches, I think they sort of tell them to sit back. But even though we didn't sit back against Fulham, we were trying to find the 3rd goal, but we never, there you go, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, that's 5 games now this season where we've not killed off the game, and only 1 goal has split it. Sheffield it was 3-2 to United, Wolves it was only 1-0, Villa 2-1, Burnley 1-0, Fulham 2-1. So these are games that we've only just got away with it. But at the end of the day, the reason why we don't kill off these games, I think, is because we've tried absolutely everything. I think it's all about, sometimes, some teams do sort of get a goal, that winning goal, and sit back and try and execute the game out. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, and it's all about, if you make that one mistake, you switch off for a split second, like what Wan-Bissaka did, and you concede late on. It's a kick in the teeth, isn't it? Because then you've dropped 2 points. But there has 5 times we've got away with it this season where we've only done it by a goal. So, and they're hunting for another goal, and they're trying to get back into the game as well. So yeah, we need to sort of now start, when we get to 2-1 up or 1-0, it's all about go and get another goal. Don't sit back, because your opposition are just going to keep creating chances left, right and centre, and then they'll look for a mistake that you make, and if you make that mistake, it's like, yeah, we're fucked. We've dropped 2 points through that. But that's why we need to start killing off games and going and scoring another goal to make it more comfortable. that we've actually sealed the victory than just 1-0s, 2-1s, and but once the final whistle is blown, it's a nice relief for us. But we need to start getting a bit better and improve and go and kill games off with another goal. That's what we need to do for me. In the first half, there was a shout for a penalty. Was it a penalty, or did the referee make the right decision not to award it? I think it was a clear penalty at the end of the day. I thought Fred got fouled in the penalty area. I thought the referee last night was a joke anyway, Martin Atkinson. I didn't understand it either, because Loftus-Cheek never got the ball in the first place. He got kicked on the leg. And then you're thinking, why is VAR not going to that? It was Kevin Friend as well on bloody VAR. Couldn't you not believe it as well? Our ref from last week. You couldn't believe it. VAR never overturned it and said, no, it wasn't a penalty. So that's Kevin Friend again. But then maybe Kevin Friend should have said Martin Atkinson in his ear, and he should have said, I think you want to go to your monitor for this. Look at it. But again, VAR is just not consistent. Look what happened in that City game last night. The player was offside, comes back onside, tackles him, and then bloody scores. I think that was out of order, and I think VAR had a stinker last night in both the games last night. It was a foul on Fred. It should have been a penalty. Never got awarded. I thought the referee was a joke. Some of his decisions were absolutely poor, and then he goes and books Pogba literally 30 seconds later. Doesn't book Loftus-Cheek for that, but goes and books Pogba 30 seconds later for what he did. Ridiculous, and it's just not consistent whatsoever. Who is my man of the match? I thought there were some great players that had a great game last night. The likes of De Gea, Luke Shaw, Maguire, Bailey. I thought they all had a great game. I think Pogba was brilliant as well. I thought Greenwood was a little bit quiet, and so was Martial. Bruno had a fantastic game. So did Cavani as well. Obviously, Pogba was named man of the match last night, and I think I'm going to have to give Pogba my man of the match. I thought he was fantastic. Great goal. It was not only just that though, but the role that he played in as well was fantastic. The other players had a fantastic game as well, but Pogba was a standout. Fantastic. He had a great game all round, and he deserved it as well with the goal that he got as well. That's 2 goals in a week. Fantastic. And he's got 4 goals now to his name this season, which is brilliant. Fantastic. How do we beat Sheffield United? We've got Sheffield United next in our next fixture, midweek next week. I'm looking forward to this game because obviously it's another game where it's a must-win. Sheffield, they got their first win against Newcastle, so obviously they'll be pleased with that. I think the way how they actually got that win was because they won on the weekend in the FA Cup, and then that sort of gave them confidence and momentum going into the next fixture against Newcastle. And then obviously Newcastle went down to 10 men, and then once they went to 10 men, they knew they had the advantage. And I thought, because they had the advantage, it was all written in the stars that Sheffield, were they going to win or were they going to bottle it? They got the win. All praise to them. They've done fantastically well to get that first win. I think they'll be relieved with it, but I think, what did they do after getting that first win? They went and got beaten again. They've gone back to the old Sheffield United way of losing again. If you can't carry on that momentum into the next game, then you've not done a very good job, have you? Obviously Tottenham were just too good on the day, and Sheffield, you would have thought after getting that first win that would have kicked on their season, but they're definitely going to go back to the Championship. It's just not their season, second syndrome season. It's just not for them this season. 5 points, can't score goals as well, 1 win, 2 draws, 16 losses. Just not good enough for Sheffield this season. I expected better from them. They're hardly scoring any goals as well. Not been a great season for Sheffield. Obviously, if I refer back to their last game against Tottenham, obviously they played with the goal 3-5-2 with McGoldrick and Burke as a false number 9, and they can go and put the pressure onto the fullbacks and try getting between the lines, and that's what they get told what to do. They've got the 3rd worst defence in the league, and they can be exposed at the back. I think the fullbacks have been dreadful this season as well, and they've just not done the job, and defensively they've been awful as well. They don't have a great goalkeeper as well for me. How do you beat them? Well, obviously we play the 4-2-3-1, and we obviously play with the 2 that's covering the defenders. Obviously whoever's going to be in the midfield there, it's going to be so effective and just too strong for Sheffield. I think obviously with Bruno Fernandes probably coming back into this fixture as well, most likely get a rest on the weekend against Liverpool. I think Bruno Fernandes is going to come firing. He's going to be creating those chances left, right and centre. I think if we get the right midfield combination, I think defensively we need to be a unit at the back, keep it compact. Sheffield, they tried to give it a go. They only just lost 3-2, and they're coming to Old Trafford this time. Will they try and beat us this time? They will. They'll be going into training to win this game. Are they going to get the win? You can't really see it. They've got a tough run of games now, obviously with Tottenham being the first one, playing Man United and then playing Man City on the weekend. So they've got 3 tough fixtures. you can't really see them as picking up, 9 points really. So I think, Sheffield, they can be broken down easily. I think it's just all about you have to get in between the lines, and I think they're another team where they hate. I think they're another team where they hate it, where you get in between the lines, completely carve them open, split them open, and I think they just don't keep it compact in the midfield. They're just too wide open. They're not the old Sheffield United where they go and close you down, don't give you any time, don't give you any space. They're the complete opposite this season. So I think we just need to be on it, minute 1, minute 90, get on the front foot, high intensity, high tempo, have a quick and bright start to this game. You want to be creating those chances left, right and centre. You want to get your chances, you want to create your chances, get some lone hard crosses into the box, and it's all about, you've got to take those chances. You need the end product as well. You need everything out the final third, and we need to find that killer pass. You always need to find that last pass, and I think if we get the first goal, it'll settle down the nerves, and then we beat them at Old Trafford 3-0 last time, and this Sheffield United side, they need a crowd behind them, and they're not going to get that unfortunately this season. So we just need to show the fluidity, the urgency in our play, and we've got to be mentally prepared well for this game. Sheffield, they'll want to try and get the win, try and bounce back. If they win in the FA Cup, they'll have the confidence going into midweek, but we'll see. If they get the win, they'll get the win, but they'll be looking to win again against United. They'll be on high confidence. If they don't win, they'll be low on confidence, and they'll be coming up into that United game not confident. So if we get past our test on the weekend, and it's all about, you've got to take it one game at a time as well. So I think we just have to be mentally ready on the day, physically as well. Especially, we've got to be prepared well for this game. I think we've just got to make sure that defensively we need to be a unit, stay compact, don't make stupid mistakes like what we did against Fulham, and we just got to make sure we do our job, stay on it. Don't we've got to make sure that we're aware what's going on around us, and got to keep our eye on the ball, left, right and centre, and let's do a job on Sheffield, and send them back to Sheffield with no points. First goal now, Fred wins the ball back, Martial passed it to Fred, Fred plays Bruno in, Bruno puts in a fantastic crossing, Areola tries to save it, but Cavani capitalised on a mistake and scores for 1-1. Second goal, Fulham tried to clear the ball, it goes as far to Pogba, Pogba runs, assesses his options, cuts inside and scores an absolutely fantastic goal for 2-1. What a finish that was by Pogba. Getting into the stats now, possession for Fulham it was 38.4%, and for Man United it was 61.6%. Goals for Fulham it was 1, and for Man United it was 2. Total shots for Fulham it was 12, and for Man United it was 15. Shots on target for Fulham it was 5, and for Man United it was 5. Shot accuracy for Fulham it was 41.7%, and for Man United it was 33.3%. Shots inside the box for Fulham it was 8, and for Man United it was 10. Shots outside the box for Fulham it was 4, and for Man United it was 5. Total passes for Fulham it was 400 passes, and for Man United it was 636 passes. The pass accuracy for Fulham it was 80.8%, and for Man United it was 85.8%. Getting into the substitutions now, Martial went off of McTominay, talking about Anthony's performance. Not off it, but not on it either. Surprisingly retained over Marcus Rashford, and though committed, was out-muscled by Fulham's defence. Greenwood went off of Rashford, talking about Mason's performance, an entirely logical recall, but Greenwood did offer enough again from his right, and his Reykjavik hangover continues. I think that's a bit harsh of where I saw that as well. Fernandes went off of Matic, talking about Bruno's performance, struck the post and immediately went about ensuring United would score from the next attack, and they did, worked tirelessly. Next up we've got Sheffield United. Sheffield 20th in the table. If Sheffield win on the weekend in the FA Cup, they'll have the confidence. If they don't win, into our game on low on confidence. I think we just got to be mentally, physically on it. I think it's all about, we have to go in the game with the right mindset, the right mentality. I think if we can have that quick and bright start to this game, get the first goal, settle down, try and control and dominate the game, and hopefully punish them how we did at Old Trafford last season as well. And we only just played Sheffield a couple of weeks ago as well. So we'll obviously get the feel of how Sheffield play. Sheffield, great side, but just unfortunately suffering with second syndrome season. Not their season so far. Sheffield, they got that first one against Newcastle, but that was only a penalty as well, so there you go. Not scoring many goals as well this season as well. It's all about just have a quick and bright start to this game, and I'm sure when we get that first goal we'll settle down, try and control and dominate the game and try and put Sheffield to bed. And I expect another 3-0 like what we did last season as well against Sheffield. Sheffield are scoring 0.5 goals per game and they are conceding 1.7 goals per game. Sheffield United have the third worst defence in the league. Sheffield United have won 1, drawn 2 and lost 16. They've lost to Wolves 2-0, Villa 1-0, Leeds United 1-0, Arsenal 2-1, Liverpool 2-1, Man City 1-0, Chelsea 4-1, West Ham 1-0, West Brom 1-0, Leicester City 2-1, Southampton 3-0, Man United 3-2, Everton 1-0, Burnley 1-0, Palace 2-0 and Tottenham 3-1. Sheffield United finally got the first win against Newcastle. They only just won 1-0 and that was from a penalty as well. The last time Man United beat Sheffield United was on Thursday the 17th of December 2020 and it ended 3-2 to Man United. The last time Man United lost to Sheffield United was on Sunday the 14th of February 1993 and it ended 2-1 to Sheffield United, and that was in the FA Cup. The players to look out for is Baldock, Stevens, Basham, Egan, Jagielka, Robinson, Ampadu, Fleck, Lundstrom, Birch, Burke, Norwood, Osborne, McBurney, Sharp, Mosse, McGoldrick and Brewster. Hope you guys are enjoying our video. Be sure to leave a like. Subscribe to my channel if you are new. See you guys in the video in the next couple of days. And peace.